Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I'm going to start off with the dollar. As you can see on a weekly chart, we're running into previous highs, previous lows, all the way across basically. And see what happens this week. We're coming off a lower high, or a higher low, excuse me. So a little bit bullish, but this candle is still in the range. So nothing to really look at until we bust out previous highs. And we got resistance, let's just call it 95.50. So there you go. On a daily, closing out the week, we got a bullish candle. Coming up into resistance as our 34 is sitting right there, correlated to our previous lows. So, see what happens. I look for, right here, I look for an open down or an open up, depending on what happens. If it opens down, look for a retracement back to support. Usually it just doesn't break out right away, especially when it's hitting resistance. So look for a retracement, consolidation, coming off this double bottom, higher low, as maybe we'll make another higher low. But it looks good. Little retracement here. Dollar could move higher. Depends on how we open. If it does break previous highs, then look for a push to 96, which is previous lows. So there you go. S&P and the Dow still doing their thing, busting out for no reason at all. Coming off that deep double bottom. Looks like on the S&P we broke out and retraced back to support. So that's a bullish retracement. And look for higher prices. Although on the dollar daily we have a lower high and a bearish engulfing pattern, 2-bar pattern. So maybe even look for previous low break down to support. But on a weekly, it did close pretty strong, coming back to support on the lower highs trend line. So on a weekly, we got a bullish retracement. On a daily, we got a bounce off of support, but we still have a bearish candle to deal with. Look for previous high breaks on the upside, and then a previous low down to support. The Dow, same thing, basically. Looks like it hit resistance. Here's got a double top here. Hit resistance and backed off. On a daily, same thing, but we got a nice bounce off support. So look for previous low breaks, but ultimately that's previous high double top right here at 18.1. So it can go either way, but we got tremendous amounts of support all the way down to 17.6, and I got another line of support at 17.8. Good news on Bitcoin. It looks like it'll be breaking out on the upside. Look for previous high breaks on this double triple top. We got 1, 2, 3 topper right here on a weekly. Look for a break of 460 We got about $12 off. So yeah, Bitcoin busted out of its pattern. So there you go. We got previous high break at 450 and 460, and you got blue skies basically. Yeah, I got blue skies until 550. There you go. That's the first target, but I believe that's going to go upwards in the 700 range ultimately. Gold. See how we did a weekly close right above support. So we're still in the game. Everything's looking good. Everyone's worried about the FOMC meetings this week, but it survived the previous FOMC meetings, so gold has been pulled back pretty good so far. So I'm looking for the opposite this week. I'm looking for a bullish move during the FOMC meetings as support is holding. We got this line here, our balance point. If it does break down, about 1200. So look for previous low breaks and support at 1200. But ultimately, we want to get above this previous high over here, 1260, as I stated over and over again. Quite a pullback. Definitely a bullish retracement back to support. Looking at a daily, looks like we got a bad candle here. Reversal candle, we got a bad candle, two bad candles in a row. So we got a hanging man and a falling star, a 1-2 punch there. Let's see if we can hold support line. And there you go. Still in the pattern. Need to break out of that pattern. I do have a whipsaw. Might be going down, but ultimately we want to close above 1260 on a daily next week. Nice bounce on the 5-hour, but pretty nasty. But like I said, we're still in the pattern. This thing is going to twist and churn until it decides where it wants to go. Silver, looking bullish. Last week was the first week of the breakout, so look for higher prices definitely. Ultimately, we want to get to these previous lows over here. 1850. That's the first target. If we get at 1850, then we can start planning for the future. But right now, we need to get to 1850. We got resistance at 1750 and 1835, but ultimately 1850 is the goal. Silver on a daily, you can see the pullback as it was breaking out and pulled back very hard. We got support at 1670. Both of our support levels are, well, let's see how we open, but I believe that the 13, oh no, excuse me, I was thinking 1550. Looks like on a daily our support has crossed above 1550. The ultimate support of our trend, the 34 simple moving average, is above previous lows, acting as a major support at 1575. We got support at 1640, and the breakout was at 1670. So stay above those lines, and we're good to go. 5 hour, need to close above 17 as support. So we're below, but we do, on the 5 hour, we're coming up on a higher low, but we need to take out this double top here. Ultimately, closing above this previous high right here would be where we want to be, which is 50% of that candle. So there you go. That's silver in a nutshell. It's bullish, but any kind of pullbacks are healthy in bullish moves. So something to think about. Copper's on a tear, still going. Look for previous high breaks. That is a very bullish move. You can see the move across 34, the bounce, and the move across. So there's a stair step, a weekly stair step, 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 and then a higher low. Broke previous highs. As the 8 and 13 are crossing the 34 on a weekly, we got some bullishness on copper, which is very cool. It's joining the game. But ultimately on monthly, copper has a lot of work to do. We have to break these previous lows, 233, and get up to 250 at least. And if we can do that, we can push to 280. Ultimately, we want to get across the monthly 34 simple moving average. Same on silver, as the pullback occurred as it tapped on a monthly 34. So there we go. Next few weeks, maybe we can get to 1850, consolidate above the monthly 34, which would be the ultimate goal. Changing trend on a monthly. As we know, on gold monthly, we're consolidating above the 34 already. So let's get silver up there in the same, joining the same game. If we can get a bullish move out of this pattern that we're in, consolidation pattern, we can see 1350. So we need to break previous highs at 1280, and we can get to 1350 at least. It's a starting point. Let's do GDX. As I stated before, it hit a wall, and any kind of consolidation right here is going to be healthy. We hit previous lows, and it's acting like it hit a wall. Lots of up and downs on the daily so far last week. And we're still above support, and we definitely covered that gap. So gaps are filled on GDX. Look for a bounce. Look for previous high breaks of 2350. Ultimately, we want to get above this previous high is 23. So there we go, almost there. Let's do the juniors. Junior miners. Basically the same thing. We're hitting previous lows. So same thing. Let's look at a daily. Same thing. Looks like we covered that gap. Bounce off the support at the same time. So pretty cool. Could see higher prices, no problem, but any kind of consolidation while it's hitting previous lows is a good thing. On a monthly, both the juniors, as you can see, we're breaking in the previous lows. Any kind of break higher here, we could see 46.50 upwards to 60, and then ultimately this previous lows at 70 would be an ultimate goal in the future as we get across the monthly, but it might take a few months. Same as the GDX monthly. Changing trend on a monthly is awesome. Good moves. Stay above that trend, which is $20. Definitely moving into previous lows over here. Hitting a wall, these previous lows. But if we can keep going, first stop 28, 30, and then this meeting line here, it's 38. Into previous lows, 40. It looks like we can see 33. If we get above 28, we can see 33, which is 50% of this candle, approximately. And then off to 40. So those are our points. Breaking 23 off the 30 to 33, 34, and 40. 40 is our ultimate goal on GDX. Here, let's look at this power shares. The precious metals DBP power shares for precious metals hasn't broken out yet, so all you options players, I think that this might be a good one for you. Okay, we're breaking in the previous lows. We're breaking out of a pattern. Look for previous high break of 38.50. 38.50, you got blue skies to 41. And into previous lows to 40. You got a $3 run on this thing, but it hasn't broken out yet. As you can see, the reverse, head and shoulders, consolidation, and the flat top break is at 38.50. Or stay above these previous highs, and definitely stay above the 8. So if this thing wants to come down to the 8 or 13, buying into support, both would be considered a higher low. So buy into support, sell the flat, or sell into resistance, but definitely breaking out of this pattern and ultimately this larger pattern. Completing the pattern, the right shoulder is going to complete on a flat top break of 38.50. There you go. Little tidbit for you guys. One thing I want everyone to see is the higher lows on this smaller issue, Tanzanian royalty. Look at this nice hammer. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Look for a previous high break of 33. This double top here. 33 will get you 38. And usually the first previous high will be knocked out pretty easily on something on a long-term break. So 38 break will get you into previous lows 52 to 60. So there you go, little tidbit for the smaller issue. That's it, guys. That's the weekly review, and thank you for watching. Appreciate all you guys' comments, donations. Donations keep creeping in. Cup of coffee only costs you $5 nowadays, so think about handing over a few dollars for my coffee habit. Other than that, please get a Bitgold account. Things are changing rapidly. We got a lot of propaganda of Federal Reserve Treasury changing the faces on the dollar bills rather than tackling real issues of our national debt and unfunded liabilities, which is in the, what is it, $70 trillion that we're in for. They just keep printing money and think that changing the faces of the dollar is going to do anything. All in the same week, all this news comes out about Deutsche Bank found guilty, naming names of other banks, fixing the gold and silver prices. And in the same week of the Shanghai Gold Exchange, trading in gold-backed physical metals. It's just, if you can't see the propaganda on changing the faces of the dollar bill, then I really can't help you. But the dollar bill is a form of debt. It is, if you own dollars in your pocket, cash, then it's owed to someone else. There's not enough dollars in the system to pay off the debt. Therefore, it is a debt-based system. So I hope you guys realize that. Get yourself off the dollar. Bitgold account. Change over your 401ks to a self-directed LLC where you can take physical gold, hide it in the garden, whatever you got to do. It's a great idea. And please like my Facebook page, I Love Precious Metals, and donate if you can. Thanks, guys.